Patrick's got some big shoes to fill in this one. He says GK is overrated, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Bro, if I don't hear one Z-House reference in this video, Pat is a fake fan.
Gorod Krovi marks a return.
Is it too loud, chat? Hold on. How's that?
The
Better,
old
boys?
days of COD zombies with vodka, over-the-top gameplay, and dragons? Plain and simple, Gorod Krovi is the Black Ops 1 Zombies map of Black Ops 3. In fact, Gorod's roots actually go back even further, seeing tons of inspiration drawn on from Derice. It's bold and is...
Bro, he took my idea! That's what I told you, Pat!
Gorod Krovi is a great map, for sure. But despite all this, I've always personally felt that it's not quite as good as some make it out to be. While amazing, I've come to believe that it isn't quite an equal with the likes of Jason Blundell best. And
what did you just say? Oh man, dude, what am I gonna chat? Like, honestly, I watch these retrospectives week after week after week, and I just listen to this information and I'm like, fuck, chat. Maybe I should do like a retrospective analysis of every zombies map ever made and make it into like 1 4-hour long video.
Ace of Spades blares
and
in
now
the background as they try to
Spades.
secure Peter McCain's parachute and land safely. We get to see our original Nikolai in a giant mech suit destroy.
GK intro is top 3. Origins is better. Top 3. Because I like Classified. Yeah, my top 3 are Origins, GK, and Classified.
Very least, for the first time since Shadows, we're given a great introduction piece. And so overall, I just think it does a really good job of...
What are you talking about? Bro, every character of Ultimus is in this, except Richtofen. Because he dies in the Giant. So, it's cool.
Gorod still has some serious tones, which are experienced mainly through the soundtrack and storyline. But still, it does both. With wild shouts from Ultimus Nikolai.
The sounds, what are you talking about, bro? Did you not see the 9,000 dragons flying around the map? Like, the sound is good, don't get me wrong, but the atmosphere is literally what sells this map.
So while Drak often gets most of the praise for being the simple, beginner-friendly map, I think Gorod really goes unnoticed in this area. DE has a simple power, pack-a-punch, and initial wonder weapon, but it gets pretty complex from there. And I think Gorod, despite actually being really hard and having a complicated Easter egg, is more of a straightforward map on the gameplay side. So
man, you can't even say GK's Easter egg is complicated, y'all. You literally can't. It's 6 challenges.
So Gorod Krovi is basically complicated Derice. I know that might sound weird to you, but it will make sense. Weighing it at a modest 23 Nocturne Totems, Gorod...
Oof. Can I get some 23 in the chat, baby?
Now, looking back to Derice, do you notice how the map has a similar structure? There's the middle wing, which is the catwalk area, complete with teleporter and quick revive, and then there are the other 2 side branches,
Derice,
also
baby.
with teleporters. 3 wings which branch off of
to
a
me,
central
chat,
main...
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna fucking say it. It's a better Derice. I'm gonna fucking say it.
Overall, the map is laid out pretty well, but I've always wished that there was a direct route from those 2 side wings to spawn. Now, things get even more interesting when we look at Pack-a-Punch, however.
Bro, there literally is a route, though. It's like when you get the wings, you just go to Pap and then just take the thing down. Take the sewer out.
You insert a command rod into a machine at the wing area, which is the equivalent
all
of
killing
going
steps.
to the teleporter
All killing
Derice.
steps.
Instead
Great.
of then heading to spawn, however,
so
you must
good.
defend a Groth module at a random location. On Derice, one can use a teleporter
Oh,
to get
that's
there,
me.
which very closely mirrors the Dragon Ride. Which, by
Dude,
the way,
I'm the Adam in this video.
the Mark III is ridiculous, but only for the first 40
Can I get a Drake
and
for the first 50? First 50. And can I get a Drake? Can I get a Drake for the regular Mark III? I mean, come on with this guy.
Up until about round 40, its black hole makes it so you can hardly die while camping, so it's OP in that category. What does make it balanced, though, is that it has this fall off. You can't rely on camping with this thing through to round 100, and so that actually makes it pretty fair, especially because Gorod is the hardest Black Ops 3 map.
Yes, sir, it is, chat.
On the other hand, though, it does certainly serve as a huge crutch weapon for early rounds and Easter eggs.
True.
The Guard of Fafnir is the first huge improvement over the original shield.
Dude, who calls the shield the Guard of Fafnir, bro? I don't think I've literally ever called the Gorod Krovi shield that, bro.
The Rocket Shield of Shadows had been an interesting upgrade, but it didn't prove to be very practical.
I just
Whereas
called the
Gorod
Dragon
Shield
Shield,
shoots
bro.
fireballs, making it both super helpful and incredible.
Chat, agree with me on this. Agree with me on this. Agree with me on this. GK has the best shield of all time. If you're gonna say the Blood of the Dead key shield, I want you to leave this stream right now.
Incredibly true to the theme of the map. We also see the Dragon Strike, which is acquired from completing the 4 lockdown stages in the Pack-a-Punch house. It basically serves as a targeted artillery strike that attracts all the zombies to your area that you lay it down on, essentially making it a once per round monkey bomb. But on top of that, it's cool. Weapons.
GK is
we
easy.
see the L4 Siege, a powerful explosive
God,
weapon,
get
the
that.
NX Shadow Claw, which
I can't even look at the L4 Siege. I can't even look at that. I just think of JC Backfire when I look at that gun.
Pack-a-Punch can revive downed allies. The
Nah.
FFAR, a beastly upgraded
FFAR
variant
and the
of boss, and most
PP.
iconic of all, the return of my
The
sweet,
PP!
sweet
Drake in the chat. Let's
Like
go,
Setsubo,
baby.
Gorod does a nice job of adding in
Let's
weapons
go!
that actually incentivize you to hit
Best
the boss.
weapons in
There's a
BL3.
major problem
Yes,
on
sir,
DE, but
dude.
especially
Yes,
with
sir.
the Mark III being in there,
Yes,
there is
sir.
ample reason to actually go for the box on this map. Enemies.
And those
The
guns
Russian
are
Mangler
fire
is your
for the boss.
classic mid-round boss. Relatively on the
Mangler
weaker
is
side of
fire
these bosses,
too, man.
these guys spawn quite a bit
Oh,
more
he got the
often to
left
make
arm.
up for their
I'm
lack of
surprised.
power. While I can't say they're anything amazing, they fit the map pretty well. I think these enemies are mostly disliked because of their erratic behavior.
Yeah,
Valkyries
bro. I'll be honest. I'll be honest, chat. The Valkyries can suck. I'll be honest, chat. Can I get a Keck W, LELW for the Valkyries? These motherfuckers are on that dummy shit, bro.
Pretty annoying and mostly just end up delaying rounds or getting in your way.
They can
Furthermore,
be bad.
I can't really say
But
that
the
they feel
Mark III is
appropriate to the
geared.
map.
Mark
I
III is
just
geared
see no
towards them.
connection as to how they tie into Stalingrad or Dragon.
I can actually fully agree with that. I can fully agree with that. That Valkyries don't really even seem like they're part of the map. They seem like, yeah, that's actually so true. They seem like more of a Revelations enemy.
Now, even more interesting, however,
Valks
is
are better than
Gorod also
dogs.
has
It's true.
equipable
It's
items
true.
for the first
They're
time
different.
ever.
I do like that
Dragon wings
aspect.
reduce explosive
Yes!
and fire damage.
Yes!
There's Hat, which reduces damage taken and increases damage delivered to Valkyrie drones. And lastly, the Mangler helmet does the same
Dude, the
thing to its
helmets were
respective enemies.
fire in
Overall,
GK,
they're an
bro. They
amazing
were
set of new
fire.
items and probably
I
the
love
most
them.
original addition to the
They were
map.
fire,
It's also
man.
worth noting that Gorod Krovi added time trials.
Yes!
These basically existed to challenge you to
I'm getting
race
up
to
again.
rounds
I'm getting
in
up again.
intervals of
I'm
5
getting up
per
again.
special.
I love
Looking
time
forward in the
trials. They
Black
were
Ops
great.
Cold War, I really hope
And it's like you got Nikolai's axe, like from Origins. That was such a fire time.
that we
man.
get a more structured version of this. And so with all this in
It was
mind, Gorod is a
fire.
really strong gameplay-based map.
Yes.
It can be played as a camping or training map and is good for both beginner games
It's
or
so
more
versatile.
advanced high-round stuff.
Yes.
Gorod just has so many different ways to play, and so in terms of gameplay, I think it's always stood slightly above DE. There's just something about
Ooh, controversial, dude. And you know what? I fucking agree with you, Pat.
There's enough here so that it feels fresh, but again, I would argue that a lot of this map is based on the philosophy behind Black Ops 1. That is, of course,
Yes,
unless
sir.
you want to take a crack at the Easter egg, which we're now going to.
Dude, don't even say. He's gonna say what I think he's gonna say. He's gonna
The
say what I
Gorod
think
Krovi
he's
Easter
gonna
egg
say.
is not like anything we had ever seen. This is because the Easter egg is most focused on gameplay, and so it provides a much different experience to anything we had ever seen.
6
Easter egg
trials, by the
technically
way.
starts with the turning on of power. From here, players are able to do the Graph modules and access Pack-a-Punch. And so then the next step is the lockdown, where you go through 3 waves of defending the area from enemies, and then a final wave where enemies come from all 3 areas. Overall, it's pretty engaging, but I do find it to be quite drawn out. It takes almost exactly 5 minutes, which I think is just a touch too long for
Huh? 5 minutes? Motherfucker can't wait 5 minutes?
an opening step. You're just getting going into the flow of things, and the lockdown feels like it halts your progression. I think it might have been better.
What? It's literally, what else are you even doing at that point when you're doing a lockdown, bro?
Better if they only had 2 first stages and then the final. This would shorten it to 3.5 minutes while
Bruh, how can you say 5 minutes is too long when you spend 50 minutes building staffs on Origins, bruh?
Now, from here we get to the most drawn out section of the egg. The egg. Acquiring the Gauntlet of
coming
Siegfried
after
is
you,
a
Pat. I'm
tedious
coming after you.
process. This process is longer and more drawn out than any single thing in Zetsubo. At the very
What? Don't even say that. You're telling me that this takes longer than getting the lightning to come down in Zetsubo? There's no chance. There's literally no chance. Zero. That is false information, bruh.
very least, you're spending 5 rounds on the egg, but that can easily
Bro, no.
turn into 6 or 7 if you make any mistakes.
Bruh, you just gotta be consistent, motherfucker.
The only real redeeming feature of this process is the fact that the gauntlet is amazing. A beastly power fist
That's
combined
true.
with a
The gauntlet,
baby.
bro, if the gauntlet sucked, oh man. Gauntlet is the best specialist weapon in Black Ops 3. Skull of Non-Stopway is a close second. Don't even tell me differently. Oh.
Back in the Z House days, I would actually.
There it is! There it is! There it is! And there it is, the Z House reference. There it is. There it is. I'm proud. I'm proud. He at least said it took him half the video.
Say that the valve step was hands down the best puzzle ever put into zombies.
Wow. I did not expect him to compliment the valve step.
So, the perfect Easter egg puzzle
I
is
agree
one
with
that
this,
is
though.
near impossible to initially solve, but once understood can be done by anyone. The valve.
Yes. That is fire. That is so hard to do, especially, bro. Look at Black Ops 2's Easter eggs. What the fuck does any of that shit mean? Die, rise, mahjong tiles.
Very weird step in this egg. There are 6 seemingly arbitrary trophies located
Fucking local players.
around the map. While their collection is altogether
Oh,
quite
man.
easy, it's another step that I believe deserves criticism. Mainly because it doesn't really serve a purpose. Like, you need trophies so that Sophia can show you what to do on the next set of steps. Sure, it adds an element of collectathon to the map.
Bruh, they're keys. It's like they don't unlock. Think of it as like a key and unlock system. Because she says that she can't open them until you get them. It makes sense. She's been abandoned.
But I don't know if it's what Gorod Krovi really needed. And at the very least,
I think so, because, dude, like, listen, every map is a retrospective of its character. Nikolai, at this point in the story, nobody gives a fuck about Primus Nikolai. They don't care. They just want Ultimus, bruh.
I've never heard anyone say, I sure do love the trophy collection step.
I sure do love the trophy collection step.
The Russian Mangler step. This step can be annoying as it can be hard to actually find him.
Motherfucker, put your headphones on, your head tops. Hello, put them on, bruh.
I failed this step many times simply because I went to the wrong area of the map, and by the time I got to the other
You
side,
can hear
it was
him
too
so
late and the step
easily,
was
though.
Over. But assuming you do find him, this step is super easy. All you have to do is shoot his arm and he starts.
That's what I'm
racing
saying,
towards you.
bruh.
Well, now next up we have the Valkyrie drone. This is the first of Sophia's 6 that leans heavily on the
Undead Man
3.
walking.
With that
Solved.
gun, all you have to do is spam the left attack that
And-
creates
or,
the balls
yeah,
to
just
slow
have the
down
ray gun.
zombies, and it's just dead
Literally easy.
However,
Yeah.
if you don't have the Mark III, this is a genuinely awful step.
No,
It
it's
is
not. There's so many alternatives. There's so many alternatives.
so hard as you need to.
You have
round
in
up the
plain
zombies
sight. You
and
can use
slowly
that,
move
bro.
The drone while making sure not to damage
Have
it.
another player
Well,
hold
either
the
as a
zombie.
team in any form, this is a rough step.
Oh,
Again,
Patrice.
unless you have the Mark III.
Oh, that's
Now,
rough.
next up, we have the bomb
Oh,
step.
Patrice.
One of the most despised steps in this egg. The bomb step is unforgiving. If you press the wrong bomb, every player next to one instantly downs. In reality,
That's true. Where in an Easter egg step have you ever felt more adrenaline? Can I be honest? This is the most adrenaline-based step in all of Call of Duty Zombies, and I absolutely fucking love it.
Gersh. First of all, I should mention that I absolutely love the bit of storyline we get here, especially with how Gersh even recognizes him
Bro,
from
F.
Ascension.
Put
As
some
for the
Fs
step
in the
itself,
chat. F for
again,
my boy
this leans
Gersh, bro.
entirely
Oh.
on the Mark III. If you have it, you can do so much damage to
Gersh,
him so
man.
fast that he doesn't even move once you
Yep.
find him.
It's
this
insane.
destroys the entire purpose of the step.
It's great for
And
speed
then, as
running,
you
though.
probably guessed it, if you don't have a Mark III, this step becomes very challenging. Now, second lastly, we have the Graph module step. This is by far the best of
Graph
the first
module!
5.
Let's go, baby.
Orientated, this step creates an
That's my
immersive
mans.
challenge
That's
with
my
a
mans.
rewarding goal. Really,
That's my
I feel
mans
like
right
the
there.
purpose of these modes are meant to be mini games, and this is the only one that actually really feels like that. It's
What?
especially cool because you
I don't
actually
know.
have to use your baby dragon to go get the piece from it.
Yeah,
and
it's
while the
cool.
Mark III again makes it dead easy, doing it with or without a team is overall still a really good time. And always last, we have the lockdown. Now, this should be a fantastic step. It should serve as the
lockdown
climax
is
of the
pretty
egg
bad.
second
I
act,
won't lie.
mirroring the first
I
time you
won't lie.
visited
It could have been
Pack-a-Punch and got
improved.
your incredibly split
Boss
up. Let's look at
fight,
the
let's
positive side.
go, baby.
Grodd's
Come
boss
on
fight
now.
was the best
Come on
spectacle
now.
we'd ever seen.
Come on now.
Dragons, giant mech suits, what is not to love? As a concept, it's cool. And in
Best
the DE
BO3
Retro,
Zombies boss.
I even said it was the best.
Period.
But I should clarify what my intention behind that statement
It's
was.
still the best.
What I meant was that Gorod has the coolest boss fight, but it's not the best. And that's because...
We are not the enemy, Nikolai. You will have to strike harder than that.
So the GK boss fight is always brought up as a point to why it's the best Black Ops 3 map. But
Bro, it's because we're too good. We're too good. And also, I'm pretty sure they made him, like, worse. They nerfed him.
the fact that it's really easy is alone enough to make it overall second best to DE. The dragon fight, while again cool, is itself
It's just the thing is, though, is like, you can say the same thing for DE, right? Like, DE is an easy-ass boss fight if you bring a near-death experience, right? All of them are.
ridiculously easy with a ray gun Mark III. You simply need to sit in a corner and spam the weapon
I
until
don't
the
know.
dragon
I
becomes
guess.
vulnerable. From here, it's simply a few shots per sequence, and then you're done. Compared to a keeper sequence, which even itself can be easy, the dragon doesn't even have waves of juiced up panzers or anything in the like, so it just feels inconsequential.
Dude, this is propaganda. This
The
is
fact that a normal
propaganda.
goblin can make this a 10-second fight is enough
my
to, again,
God.
really diminish the overall greatness of this fight. Despite it being an amazing spectacle, the gameplay itself is just super disappointing. And I think it's the boss fight that actually has aged the worst on this map. Unlike Zet, Gorod has gotten worse with time. And so with all that in mind,
Oh, don't even say that. That's... Motherfucker just put a knife in my heart.
GK does three major things for the storyline. First, it ties up some loose ends by explaining some of the
Yeah, Spider's good, but I mean, like, the final boss. I mean, talking.
side characters. We got Peter McCain, we got Gersh's fate along
Bro,
with Sophia,
also,
which
what does
actually
Peter
important
McCain even do on this
huge
map?
role
I don't
in the
even
next
know.
map. Next, Gorod finishes the 4-character quest arc. Our Primus crew get the fourth and final soul, setting up the stage for our
He
finale
dies?
map. And most importantly of all, well, at least coolest, we finally get introduced to Dr. Monty. And while he doesn't play a huge role here,
This
I
introduction
think
was
his introduction
fire.
is perfect.
Yeah,
He's
I
aggressive
agree.
and meta despite still remaining extremely ominous. Good, because it is. Well, I don't really want to talk about this. Is a very powerful moment, as in a single stroke, it makes the most stereotypical character of the Ultimus 4 instantly dynamic. No longer is he just the funny drunk Russian guy, but now all of a sudden it's
Humanizes
sad,
him.
truly
It humanizes
depressing.
him.
It also
Yep.
does the best job of representing the polarity between the two characters.
Yep.
You can almost apply it to yourself. Ultimate Nikolai
And the
is the
cycle
worst version
is
of
shown.
you, the version of yourself that you would become if you gave in to all of your worst tendencies and tried to avoid truth. Primus Nikolai serves as an amazing foil to that personality as the best version of you. He symbolizes
That's such a great way of putting it.
who we could become if we are to do our best and aim for a higher purpose. So it's sad, symbolic, and it represents the end of this giant 4-person quest. So, in conclusion, I think this is a map that hasn't aged as well as some may think. That isn't to say it's bad, however. People often relate the word underrated to bad, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Underrated simply means that it's not as good as the masses' general consensus.
I'm definitely biased. I played Shadows and DE like every day, and then Zetsubo, I sort of stopped playing all the time, and then I just came back hard for GK. And I feel like I've overplayed DE. Like, that is why I like GK more. It's fresh, it's new, exciting. Like, look at this screenshot. You literally can't see this screenshot on any other Call of Duty Zombies map.
With all that said, my final rating for Gorod Krovi is a 9.4 out of 10.
Not bad.
S tier.
Okay, thank God it's above Zetsubo. I was like, if he puts this shit below Zetsubo, I'm gonna cry. Pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. No Adam, though. And very little Z-House, bro.